can see the keys better, right? But when you did this one, for example, can you start right there? Cool. Do it one more time. Okay, that was much better. I don't know if you know, but that was a lot different because normally where it happens with you, where your arm pulls your hand away from the keys, is usually on your third and fourth finger. So here's how you played this the first time. You went. Okay, and by the way, as a general rule, this is getting a lot better. But this is the kind of thing for your right hand that when you're doing your separate practice, this is the thing I would encourage you to hone in on. Left hand with this song, it's letting your wrist be flexible. Right hand, staying over the keys. So here's what happened, Melody. Here's the first time. Oh shoot, I have to play B flat, right? And sometimes you miss it, right?
Yeah.
Because you're way down here, right? Okay, but over time, we did it 2 or 3 more times, and here's what you did. And it was easier to get there because you're here versus here. That's why we're doing this. I'm not just torturing you. So it's like, put your hand up here. And just slide it up and down. This is kind of how I want to stay, in this one even plane. With your fingers just staying over the keys. It's like we're a sewing machine or something, okay? But we don't want to be doing this thing because then we're going to end up with really screwed up sewing or something, okay? So this is actually a great song for you to work on this with. Why? It's repetitive, but you have to use all your fingers. And it's a lot of just skips and stepwise motion, which is a good way for you to see, am I staying over my fingers, or what happened like with that one thing, oh shoot, this. So can we start at the beginning? I know you have almost all this memorized. This time you watch yourself. See if you can stay in this way, even though I know you can't see the keys as well, versus letting yourself come down on your third and fourth finger. You're actually watching the music, but even just having addressed that and talking about it. So, it made a difference. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought. Sometimes I can jump ahead. Okay, so I'd like you to finish off this song since it's obviously one that really resonates with your soul. Yeah, and that's those two things that we just addressed are the primary things I want you to. We're supposed to be writing down. Should we start writing all this down so that by the time we end, let's do this. Okay. Morning is broken. Let's just quick do that before we forget. Do you mind turning back on that one? Okay, so what are we doing?
Phrasing, wrist flexibility, rhythm in the left hand.
Oh, your rhythm is good.
No, I know rhythm, but I mean just like the down, up, up thing.
Down, up thing, which has to do with wrist flexibility. And so we're doing whole song though without stopping, right?
And foot pedal.
You got it. Okay, cool. Then what is this other masterpiece called? It's called Scherzo. Okay. Yeah.
Melody, before you played Scherzo, had you heard of Vladimir Horowitz before?
No. It says he's a great world-renowned concert pianist.
I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and show you this YouTube video of his hands in slow motion.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
Oh,
You've seen it?
Is it crazy?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This is why the song was written.
Oh. Oh, really?
I don't know. But this is how we feel as pianists. Like, wow, how could you possibly ever do this? Slow motion. Wow. Oh, this is incredible.
Okay.
What does he play?
I don't know.
That's slow
Chopin's
motion?
Octave.
Right.
Number 10.
And there's no sound on this video, but in this documentary, the the person
Like riding horse.
like
they
it's
are.
a horse, like his hands are like 10 individual
Yeah.
beautiful horses.
Beautiful.
I mean, he had like a technique that is hard to fathom.
Yeah,
So.
of course. Look
Anyway. Did you guys read the lyrics to that cute little song?
at Bravo, bravissimo.
Okay, so right hand. I mean, all of these songs are musical pieces, and there's always things that they can teach us too about how to play the piano. So as you're exploring the musical masterpiece of this scherzo, and you're practicing and doing your hand separate thing, even though the right hand looks or left hand looks really lame and like it doesn't need to practice separately. What are you thinking about with your left hand?
Push on.
Flex the wrist and push on. And what about your right hand?
Keep your hand on.
Keep your hand over your fingers. And then when you're doing that, take a second too and make sure you're releasing this too, because sometimes we get so much thinking about one thing. There's always like 18 things to think about when you're learning to play the piano. So, okay? So, and then your hands up 8 feet-ish. Okay, should we look at that intro and dance or
If you would like to.
Pardon?
If you would like to. we
Well,
can, but I don't.
I mean, do you feel like we want to just get done with that and just move on from it?
No, I like it.
You
I
like
like
it?
it. I just am not good at it yet, so I just would like time.
That's fine.
That's all.
That's fine. Can we just try a couple things?
Yeah.
You can take all the time you want to for left hand. Can we just try just your right hand right here?
Sure.
Actually, just because this is part of it, can we start right there?
Sure.
Yeah, the 3 pickup notes, because that's kind of leaning into this. Just your right hand. Cool, that's fine. What's the hardest part about this piece? Is it a particular page in the section? Is it a hands together thing? What's
You
hard?
like why I having so much trouble with it?
Yeah. What causes you the most? What causes you to lose sleep at night over this piece?
This section right here,
Mm-hmm.
although it is very easy, it interrupts my rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have to then I feel like I'm just starting out like on this held note at the top here, where the 6 here, and I'm like, and I just have to start establishing a rhythm, and then I feel like I'm not, and then I like have a tendency to rush through the rest of it, and I can't hold the rhythm very well in my right hand. But it's so like your left hand is supposed to keep your rhythm, which it does. I mean, the notes are written for that. And you're just like, but I can't put it together because the top hand is kind of complicated with like the ties and the dotted, maybe accented rhythms. So
That's exactly what I think too. It's not kind of complicated. It's really complicated to put that with your left hand. And maybe if this wasn't tied over and that was just a rest, maybe it would be easier then, but I still am not even for sure. Because you're right, because holding this part is hard, and then having the tied over thing, and then moving on beat 2 after your left hand has a real strong beat 1, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So the only reason why I wanted to look at this today, and then you take all the time you want to practice it for next week, is I had a couple ideas for you for practicing it.
Okay.
I think this one would be a good one to do that thing where you play, first of all, you can just do the most elementary of things, and you could just tap each of the rhythms just on your left. Don't even worry about notes. Just tapping it. Then you could try to play your left hand and tap your right hand.
Okay.